For a long time, I thought pool care was complicated, not because it actually is, but because I was doing way too much. What too much looked like for me was constant testing, adjusting things every few days, adding something just because the pool might need it. Some days, the water looked perfect, then a few days later, it didn't. And instead of stepping back, I doubled down. More checking, more tweaking, more chemicals. And the frustration part was, I thought I was being responsible. The moment it finally clicked for me wasn't after a bad pool day. It was after a good one. The water looked great. Nothing was wrong. And I still found myself testing, adjusting, checking again. That's when I realized something fell off. I wasn't maintaining the pool anymore. I was reacting to it. Every tiny change made me feel like I needed to do something, even when nothing needed fixing. And the more I reacted, the more unstable everything became. That's when it hit me. I wasn't solving problems. I was creating them by trying to control everything. After that realization, I didn't suddenly get better at pool care. I actually got worse at something I was used to doing. I stopped checking the pool constantly. I stopped reacting to every test result. I stopped adding things just because the pool might need it. And honestly, that part was uncomfortable. Because for a long time, doing more felt like I was being responsible. If I tested, adjusted, checked again, it felt like I was staying ahead of problems. So when I stopped doing all of that, it felt wrong. It felt like I was ignoring the pool, like I was being lazy or missing something important. But that's when I noticed something important. The pool wasn't getting worse. It actually became more stable. Instead of bouncing between perfect and off, the pool started staying consistent. Not because I was doing more, but because I was actually letting the pool settle. That's when I realized I had confused activity with progress. I thought staying busy meant staying in control. But most of the problems I was fighting was problems I started by constantly messing with it. Once I stopped chasing every tiny change, I stopped forcing the pool to react. And that gave everything time to work. Once I stopped reacting to everything, it became a lot clearer what actually mattered and what really didn't. For a long time, I thought every small change meant something was wrong. The number moved a little, the water looked slightly different. Something fell off. So I treated every one of those moments like a problem. What I finally learned was that most of the noise didn't matter. The pool didn't need constant correction, it needed consistency. Instead of chasing every test, I started paying attention to patterns. Not what changed today, but what stayed the same over time. Instead of adding things to fix the pool, I focused on letting the basics do their job. Clean water, steady circulation, giving the pool time to respond before changing anything. That's when everything started feeling simpler. Not because I learned more tricks, but because I stopped treating the pool like it was fragile. I realized the pool wasn't failing me. It was reacting to how much I kept on messing with it. Once I respected that, the water stayed clear, the swings stopped happening, and I finally felt like I was maintaining the pool, not babysitting it. That was the difference. Not more effort. Just better focus on what actually mattered and letting everything else go. And just to be clear, when I say I stopped doing so much, it doesn't mean I stopped paying attention to the pool. I still tested, I still checked on things. I just stopped doing it constantly. Instead of reacting every time something looks different, I give the pool time to respond. I paid attention to trends, not day-to-day swings. That one shift alone took a lot of stress out of pool care for me, because I finally stopped treating every test like an emergency. Looking back, I don't think the hardest part about pool care was learning what to do. It was learning when to stop. I thought being responsible meant constant attention, constant checking, and constant fixing. But what actually helped was trusting the process and giving the pool room to work. Once I stopped treating every small change like an emergency, everything felt simpler. The pool stayed clear, I spent less time stressing over it, and it finally felt manageable. If you're early in pool ownership, this is the one lesson I wished I was told earlier. You don't need more. You need to know what actually matters and let the rest go. I made a video why pool ownership feels so confusing even when you're doing everything right. It breaks down what matters first what matters later, and why most advice makes pool care feel random and stressful. That's the next video you should watch. It connects everything.